Hey Henri, I'm sending you the logins for Belinda's email and Vampire Hunter accounts, so you can monitor the ministry and the hunters. Stay safe.
Hello Mr. Fontaine. Mr. Drexler wanted me to give this to you.
Thanks. This will do nicely.
You'll pass an FBI background check.
Perfect. Dear Rose, after careful consideration, I'm sending you a copy of my driver's license. I was raised a Scientologist, and rather than leave the cult, and be declared a suppressive person, which would basically ruin my life, I agreed to oversee operations in the Santa Clara facility of the Way to Happiness Foundation, and sit on the board. People poking around in my business, would be poking around in Scientology, and Scientology doesn't like that. Have you heard about Scientology lawsuits? Scientology always wins, even if they lose, they win. Then there's the policy of fair game, where enemies of Scientology are punished and harassed using any and all means possible. This is why I was so concerned when Marie Ka mentioned journalists. I offer my help and service to destroy vampires, but I simply cannot have my personal and professional life invaded. Scientology is very paranoid, and if anyone starts poking around in their business, they poke back.
Hello Hank. Thank you for disclosing the information about the foundation you work for. I have heard a bit about the Scientology cult. It seems they can be very dangerous to anyone who crosses them. In my research I have heard rumors that some of the Scientology leaders are vampires, but I have not been able to verify it. Many conspiracy theorists believe that everything evil is the work of vampires. For now, we will keep you in the lobby as a promising candidate for a position on the leadership committee of the Bay Area Vampire Hunters Society. I will contact you soon with a task that you can perform to show your abilities and determination to achieve our common goal: to eradicate vampires from the earth.
I can only stay a half hour.
That's fine. Hank will be here then. Welcome to the Bay Area Vampire Hunters Society. I have sent each of you a copy of the email exchange I had with Hank, and a copy of his driver's license. Leah, you are the most qualified to investigate its authenticity. Before we accept him into our inner circle, perhaps we could challenge him with 3 Herculean tasks to prove his trustworthiness. Even if he stays in the lobby, he can still be part of the army we are trying to build. Most soldiers are not in the inner circle.
If you want a Herculean task, tell him to find a vampire.
Well, I suppose that's one task. Can anyone think of a couple of others?
He said he would be available on short notice, and that he's a good fighter. It may or may not be one of the 3 you had in mind, but it's certainly the main one we're all after. We all prepare, but call him up on short notice and put him in the front lines, so he can prove himself a good fighter. If he's a reporter, he's gonna get killed by the vampire. If he's victorious, he's gonna feel a lot more like one of us.
Thanks, Aiden. So we have 2 tasks for Hank to demonstrate his fighting skills, determination, and desire to destroy vampires. What do you think, Chris?
I say give him an opportunity to prove himself useful.
We need to be sure that he truly is who he claims to be, and that he's not a ghoul vampire helper. After all, he shared that he was under the control of Mr. Hunter. You weren't here, Chris, but this woman ran into Hank and told him that she had killed Mr. Hunter and Hank was free. With Mr. Hunter gone, could he be another vampire's ghoul?
There are many possibilities, and we need to observe Hank to prove or disprove them.
A lot of risk goes away if we put him in front of a vampire and make him fight it.
Leah, would you consider joining Scientology and shaking a lot of hands?
After reading that Heinlein book, with my glasses and psychic exercises, I should be able to spot vampires.
Both of you could join then. A marketing background and a police background would fit in well.
Currently we do not have any vampire targets. Leah put up some cameras in Linda's hotel room. Did they pick up anything?
Darn, it looks like a woman went into the room. I'm not sure what she's doing in there, but my cameras are off. I think she bumped one and the other one has a dirty lens. At least the audio is good. She jimmied the lock, and she's moving stuff around. I'll go there after the meeting and fix them.
Do you think we really need to meet every day? I work for a living, and I know we've had a situation to take care of, but is a daily meeting necessary?
I think we're on a roll right now. There was not much time between us dispatching the vampire coroner and the Ministry International representative/Snake. And we may have more Ministry International representatives on their way.
I agree with Rose. While we're waiting for the ministry to make their move, it's probably a good idea to see each other in person for a couple of reasons. You can all hold each other accountable by being at the meetings, and we would notice if something was off or if someone disappeared. Even though I can't stay long, I come to every meeting I can. That way we can stay close to each other and know what's going on in our lives.
Yes, we want to stay on top of things. And make sure none of us becomes ghouled.
Marika, if you need to take time off from work, we can excuse you from a meeting now and then. But we would prefer to have you attend when possible.
It is a kind of situation where we have to stick together for continuity and trust. This is not a situation that breeds easy trust. Meeting every day is the best that we can do to take care of that. There may be a possibility that any one of us could be abducted or ghouled.
You definitely don't want to become a blood-sucking or rat-eating vampire.
Meeting every day minimizes that, or at least will make us aware of it, if it happens. If somebody can't come during the day all of a sudden, I would think that's possibly a problem.
It's time for me to leave. I'll hang around outside until Hank gets here and introduce myself to him. See you tomorrow.
Good afternoon everyone. I just met Chris outside. He seemed a pleasant fellow.
Hello Hank. Welcome back. It seems you and Marika had a stressful conversation yesterday. We'll try to avoid that from now on. One thing I wanted to ask you, Hank. Do you know of any vampires, or a potential target that may be a vampire?
I don't know of any, but I'm here to help you in your search. Before we go any further, here's my driver's license for you all to see. Perhaps Leah wanted to run a check on it. And in the spirit of full disclosure, we should all do a show and tell.
We already previously shared each other's license, at an earlier point.
I don't recall doing that.
That's okay, we'll share with each other now.
I expect that Rose shared my connection with the cult, and why I need to avoid having people poking into the cult, because Scientology pokes back.
I can believe it from the things I've heard of the media.
Now that we've shared our identities with each other, it's more important than ever we come to trust each other out of a mutual need for anonymity, from both the authorities, as well as vampires. We have now been made more vulnerable by our knowledge of each other.
I think we all understand that. And that is our concern as we look for new recruits. To make sure that they are in line with our goals and to protect ourselves against someone that might try to penetrate and expose us. How are your technology skills? Are you good with computers?
I'm just average. I am really good in a crisis. One thing being in the cult of Scientology taught me, is to work under pressure in a crisis, and to catch people off guard. If things go really bad, I can cover for us. You said you were on the cusp of locating a vampire.
Perhaps, but nothing definitive yet.
I was following these interesting wolf attacks on the sex offenders. The attack started in California and ended up moving through Arizona, New Mexico and Texas.
That sounds like a public service. A vampire taking out diddlers is a good vampire.
The only good vampire is a dead vampire.
They're sucking blood, turning people into ghouls and vampires and God knows what else.
I personally don't think there's such a thing as a good vampire. They have no soul, so how can they be good? Human life is sacred. We need to be sure that we destroy vampires, and if we can't avoid it, then also their enablers.
Sometimes it's kill or be killed.
Hank, keep an eye on that shape-shifting sex offender killing vampire, and see if you can find or lure a local vampire.
Hank, thank you for your candor and your commitment. I respect the pressure under which you live in Scientology.
I loathe them. If I found a way out without having to look over my shoulder, I'd take it.
If there is no further business, I declare this meeting closed.
Good day everyone, see you tomorrow. Call me if anything comes up and you need me. Hey Evie, thank Darth for the ID. I needed it today. The upside is I now know all their names, except for Chris, as he left once I got there. There's Aiden Grimes, Daniel Quaid, Leah Greer, Deborah Rose Keller, Marika Van Dorn and Wade Stewart. Talk to you all tonight.
Leah, now that he's gone, what did you think of his ID?
It looks genuine. Even so, I'll have a friend in the department run a check.
So if it's a fake, it's a good fake.
So we'll have Leah ascertain whether or not this is a genuine driver's license, and even if it's genuine it could be just a really good fake so he's not in the clear. And tomorrow I look forward to hearing what Chris has to say about his impression of Hank. So Leah is going to take the key card and check the cameras, to make sure the lenses are clean and adjusted properly. She'll also have a contact run a background check using Hank's ID.
On it.
That took longer than I thought.
Yes it did. I found a camera outside the door and destroyed it. Then I cleaned the lenses and repositioned my cameras. I had trouble locating the ones that other person left. I finally found and destroyed the other cameras.
Next time, let me go in with you. 4 eyes are better than 2.
Sure.
Belinda got a message from the ministry. We are working to assemble an inspiring team to convert your recruits. Another night will be needed to get to you. Let me check my cameras. What the fuck? Why are my cameras dead? So you have your own cameras in the room? No, shit. How dare you break my cameras? I got it. I'll go to the hotel with my cybergnosis cuff, and hack into her cameras and have them stream a copy to my servers.
Hello Talia, may I have this dance with you?
Please. Thank you for the dance. If you'll excuse me, I need to have a meeting with my associates.
The pleasure was all mine.
Okay everyone, thanks for meeting me here tonight. I've got Henri on speakerphone. Go ahead Henri, are you okay?
So far so good. So here's the deal, these people want me to find a viable vampire so I can prove my worth at finding vampires. So of course, none of my vampire friends are getting thrown under the bus. It may be possible to lure Victoria back to the Bay Area and we could turn them loose on her, and Gift could have her revenge against her maker. Even then I'm not sure. For some reason they're overly cautious with me. I didn't use any of my disciplines. Anyway Susie, I'm sorry but it doesn't look like I'm going to be pouring your teeth for a while.
I will miss that for sure. Just don't take any unnecessary chances. It's still early in the game here, so hopefully you'll win their trust, with a little bit of time.
You know, I would do anything to protect you. I'm just concerned, that no matter what I do, if I bring them someone they're going to be. How did you bring someone? And if I don't bring them someone, they'll wonder why I didn't bring them someone. It seems there's nothing I can do to win. They're overly paranoid and suspicious about me. It's like they've decided somehow I'm their new whipping boy.
Perhaps you should abandon this idea.
No, that's probably its own problem, because then that brings another suspicion, and they're going to come looking for me. I could be a great asset to them, and help them while keeping you guys safe. I want to make sure they never find you. I know that you're concerned for my well-being, and that's very kind and sweet, but I am more concerned about you. I don't plan on sacrificing myself, but I will.
Henri, that's part of the blood bond. We know that.
And what is it for you?
I have genuine affection for you, Henri.
That's my point. You have genuine affection for me and my affection for you is genuine as well. I was blood-bound to Hunter for many years. I assure you, there was no genuine affection there. I know the difference between the compulsion of the blood and genuine affection. And I will do anything and everything to make sure you are safe.
Hey Henri, Susie's very safe and so am I. Let's find those hunters some more ministry vampires, so we can collect $6,000 for their bag of bones.
Speaking of that, my cameras in the hotel are offline, they were destroyed, actually. But that doesn't matter, because I was able to use my cybernosis cuff and hack into the vampire hunters' remote cameras. I set them up to upload a duplicate stream to my cloud.
That's great, Evie. Henri, thanks for the update and get a good night's sleep. Good night. You guys, I just texted you the 6 names of the vampire hunters that Henri is working with. There's one other one named Chris, but he didn't see his ID or catch his last name.
The ministry is coming sometime tomorrow. As Linda, I wrote to the hunters and asked them to put the keycard under the mat, so when they get to town, they can just let themselves in. I also told them I left town. I'm sending Henri the login for the video monitors I hacked.
Well, everything seems to be under control more or less. I'm going to go out and talk to Susan, so she doesn't feel neglected.
Robin, watch out for that one.
Don't worry, Gift. I've got her under control. There you are, Susan.
Hello, Robin. I collected a little extra money from the new people that came tonight. Here's $500.
Thank you.
I just want to prove how good I can be at getting people in here.
Well, you've done all that and more.
You really need to record an album. Brandon is good at TikTok. I'm sure you'd be a hit there. It'll make you famous, and that's all you need to know.
Sounds great. I have a custom guitar coming soon. It would look great in photos. Thank you so much for your help. I couldn't do it without you.
Wow!
See you later, Susan.
Bye.
What is it?
I saw that wad of cash she was carrying. Just making a mental note, she'd be good to pickpocket.
She collected that money for me.
Sorry, I'm just missing the golden age.
You know what they say, a light purse is a heavy curse.
That's painfully true.
Don't worry. Good fortune is coming.